Hey guys, welcome to another episode of MisterMicControl. I am your host, Michael Panetta. What? Topless? I could be bottomless too. Right, Amy? If you don't watch Schmidt-tastic's channel, this really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, really, other than the fact that I want to show you my scar. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, you're bothered? Yeah, me too. Whoa. Alright, so I am officially dressed. No, I wasn't really naked. I just had my shirt off. Or was I? Alright, no, really, I'll stop. Today's topic, literary love. Oh god, I hate reading. No, not really, but it is something that I didn't really grow into until I got older. Some of the books that I really started off reading were pretty much just anything sports related. In actuality, probably one of the first books I read, besides stuff that I had to do like in school and whatnot, was the life story of Def Leppard, Animal Instinct. This thing is probably older than most of you guys. One of the next books I read was about the Philadelphia Flyers, Full Spectrum. Big surprise, another sports book on the Flyers. And then you have the complete NHL Bible, basically. Everything that there is to know about hockey in here. Now, about that point, I really actually started reading real books. Not to say that those aren't books, but we all know that those aren't novels. And novels definitely have a lot more into it than to say reading a book about a team's history. Not that it isn't enjoyable, but you definitely get more out of reading, say, a Stephen King book. Now, real quick, some of the books that I actually did pick up after I started reading, just for the pure enjoyment of reading it. Keith Jones used to play for the Flyers. Big surprise. Got to get a book when the Phillies won the World Series because it may never happen again. Let me think. I know that there's a couple other books, but I'm just going to kind of reach in here. I know they're over here. This book I absolutely... Hey. I actually do love this book. Oh, I'll read that later. What do we got over here? Oh, yeah. Six by Seuss. Oh, yeah. Horton Hatches the Egg. Oh, The Lorax. Good movie. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That's a classic. Oh, sorry. Well, these are literature. These are classics. Classics. No, but really, in all seriousness, not that those aren't serious, but definitely more grown-up books. Most of the books that I've read, Stephen King is pretty much how I started out. Probably have read all of his books as far as that goes. But that's pretty much what I started off in. Science fiction, doing all of that, and that's really what I enjoyed. I don't know how everyone else is, but when I read a book, I really have to be into it to finish it. If my wife starts a book and really doesn't like it, she'll finish it just for the sake of reading the whole book. But if I'm not into something, I pretty much don't finish it. Now, the one question I have for you guys today is, and this is something that me and my wife discuss all the time, are you a real book reader or are you an electronic book reader? With the age of electronic book readers coming into play, definitely something that you have to think about if you want that natural feel of an actual book or you don't mind actually reading an electronic version of a book. One of the biggest reasons my wife does not like using a tablet per se to read a book is that she likes to share them with her friends, and they all do the same thing. But I might be swaying her a little bit because you can now share your books through Amazon and the iPad. You've got apps for Amazon and all that stuff, so it's becoming much easier to be able to do that. Now, of course, I really got heavy into reading when it was on the tablet. As a matter of fact, just some of the books I started reading on here, you've got Stephen King, which was Under the Dome, which is definitely a very strange book, but I enjoyed it. You've got Angelology. Again, very strange story, but I did like it. Never really reading books of the past. I definitely wanted to read War of the Worlds to get a different aspect when reading as opposed to watching a movie. The Death of Common Sense. Very, very good political book. Absolutely enjoyed that. For shits and giggles, I read Shit My Dad Says. Actually made a TV show out of that. And it was okay, but I liked the book better. Panic in 2020. Short story about zombies. Can't go wrong there. The next book is 2030 by Albert Brooks. Definitely a good book. I recommend it. And is actually something that I could see happening to the United States that many years down the road. Area 51. I mean, come on. If you're a person that's into sci-fi and kind of weird stuff like that, you'll definitely be into that book. Very, very good. And then, of course, the Steve Jobs book. Also a very, very good book. Especially if you're someone who's a tech geek like myself. Those are some of the books that I've read on my iPad. There is one more thing, though. Ever since I started watching The Walking Dead, I really wanted to get into the comic books and start reading those. But I definitely didn't want to sit there and root out all the comic books all the way back from issue 1, and it could get kind of expensive. Like all books that are translated into a TV show or a movie, they definitely can't put everything in there that they want to. And of course, you can't really get into the mind of the character while you're watching them on TV. So the really cool thing with the iPad is an app, actually for The Walking Dead. You can download the app for free on the iPad, and then you can get all your volumes from 1 till now, which I believe is up to about 100. So I got 2 questions for you guys today. What is your favorite book? And of course, are you someone that likes to read a real book, or are you more into reading on a tablet? I mean, let's be honest, if you're someone that likes to read more than one book, the tablet's perfect for you, because then you can just switch back and forth and not have to worry about bringing more than one book, depending on where you are. And of course, if you're someone that just flies through books, you don't have to worry about going to the store and getting a new one, or ordering one and having to wait for it to come in. You just buy it on the tablet, and you're good to go. So let's get some talking going here, and maybe do a video response and tell me what are your favorite books, and how do you like to read them. That is it for Veda Day 21. I think we got 10 days left. I can't believe I've gone on this long. So you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you later.